Hello students, hope you all are fine. Now children, we were studying that the whole kingdom was divided into different areas and each area was under one governor, and these areas were called iktas. Now students, you all must be thinking who were appointed as governors. Military commanders were appointed as governors of territories of different sizes. Right? Children, the landholder of iktas were called iktadar or mukti. Iktadar had many roles like leading military campaigns, maintaining law and order, collecting revenue, etc. Now a question must be arising in your mind that why did they collect revenues? This is because they paid salary to the soldiers out of this revenue. Children, control over these iktadars was very important, so they don't expand their control. Many means were there to control iktadars. Firstly, there was not inheritable, which means the power cannot be transferred to next generation of iktadar. Secondly, iktas were assigned for a short period of time and iktadars were transferred too. Now children, during the reign of Alauddin Khalji and Muhammad Tughlaq, this control went more strict. Let us discuss how. Accountants were appointed to check the amount of revenue collected by muktis or iktadars. Also, it was strictly observed that muktis collect the taxes required by the state and kept required number of soldiers only. Now students, before Delhi Sultans started ruling hinterlands, it was ruled by Samantas and rich landlords, and Samantas were forced to accept the authority of Delhi Sultans. For instance, when Alauddin Khilji started controlling hinterland, he took the rights to collect land revenue under his control, and the right of local rulers called Samantas were cancelled. And these local chieftains were also forced to pay taxes. Sometimes these old chieftains served the Sultanate as revenue collectors under the period of Alauddin Khalji. There were three types of taxes. First was on cultivation called kharaj and amounting to about 50% of the peasants' produce. Second was on cattle and third was on houses. Now students, the Mongols under Genghis Khan invaded Transoxiana in northeast Iran in 1219 and the Delhi Sultanate faced their terrible attack. These attacks increased during the reign of Alauddin Khilji and in the early years of Muhammad Tughlaq's rule. This forced the two rulers to mobilize a large standing army in Delhi, which posed a huge administrative challenge. Firstly, let us discuss how Alauddin Khilji dealt with this challenge. He raised a large standing army as a defensive measure. He constructed a new garrison town named Siri for his soldiers. Also, the soldiers were fed through the produce collected as tax and were paid in cash. Moreover, he controlled the prices of goods. These measures were quite successful. On the other hand, rather than constructing a new garrison town, the oldest of the four cities of Delhi was emptied of its residents, and the soldiers garrisoned there. The residents were migrated. Produce from the same area was collected as tax to feed the army. He also paid his soldiers cash salaries. Moreover, his administrative measures were a failure. Students, after Tughlaq's Sayyid and Lodi dynasties came into power. By then, many other states had independent rulers who established flourished states and rich capitals. Some states established in this period were small but powerful. For instance, Sher Shah Suri started his career as the manager of a small territory for his uncle in Bihar and eventually challenged and defeated Mughal Emperor Humayun. He ruled for only 15 years and introduced elements from Alauddin Khilji's rule and made it more efficient. His administration was followed by Akbar,